Sup nerds, I'm Tom, and I don't really know what these words, the title of the game, I don't know what they mean. I don't know if they're like Latin or if they're like scientific names for flowers or something. But well, Umbra, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is a bidding game with flowers, where actually you bid with your flowers and you're bidding on tiles to be the one to either have the majority of your tokens on that tile and to be able to place the tile, because you're trying to create paths. And when you have the most tokens on a path that has been closed, you score points, basically. So that one sentence overview is pretty much the game. I mean, you have a bag full of these little flower tokens, and some of them are dark and some of them are like a brighter version of it. Now, depending on the light, your lighting situation, like obviously here in the studio, we have tons of light, so I can definitely tell the difference. But the difference between the light purple and the light blue aren't that different. And especially if you're partially colorblind, or like I have a buddy in Orlando who's partially colorblind, or again, if in low light, that could be a bit of an issue. But you are going to bid on the tiles. The tiles are going to be out on this board that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to bid on either 1, 2, 3, 4 on your little thing here. You're going to draw 3, and you're going to put them on there, saying, okay, I'm going to put this one on 1, this one on 2, and this one also on 2. I really want to see if I win 2, but maybe I should also throw a flower over on 1 as well. The lighter ones are worth double. So it is a 2-point vote chip, but it doesn't stay on the tile. After we resolve everything, those kind of go away. You actually do 2 rounds of that. So we'll all reveal, we'll put our 3 flowers wherever they go, and then we'll do that one more time, which is really interesting. I like that aspect of the game a lot, because you can see, okay, well, Mike put 3 on number 4, so Mike is really going for 4. Or that's a bluff. Mike doesn't want 4, or what? That's kind of rare, but you could kind of do that, especially if you put 3 all on one and then 3 all on another. People can't really guess that too well. Or you can start spreading out, and none of us went for this one, so nobody wants that one. But why you want these is you are building paths. Like, they're pretty straightforward. They're just either straight lines, curves, or some of them are this 3-way thing. There's also are a few special tiles, really only 3, that do, I don't remember which one that, these 3, this one is kind of boring, actually. This one just blocks, like nobody can bid on it, so really there's only 3 tiles to bid on this round, which that one's kind of dumb. But one of them is like a wild, or, it blocks all paths, but also like whatever tokens are on here jump to an adjacent tile, which is cool. And then this one actually, the tile goes there, the tokens flop off of it, and then whatever tile goes there next, all those tokens jump onto it, which is pretty cool. But again, I'm kind of rambling here. You want to create paths that will end. They either end by the edge of the board or by another tile being placed there to end this path. Okay, well, this path goes here, turns, and then ends right there. And it's 4 tiles. Well, on those 4 tiles are all of our flower things from bidding on it, right? Whoever has the most will get essentially 4 points. I mean, you have other tokens on here. The lighter ones, the ones that are worth 2, you start with like 11 on this little tile here, right? And then, okay, in that example I just did, okay, I have the majority. I have 10 of my bid tokens on there. And this path is 4 tiles long. That means I will get to remove 4 of my lighter tokens off of this thing, put them in my bag, so now I have more bidding power. And once this thing is empty, I win. Or really, you have to also win this tile itself. It's kind of like, don't in tennis, you have to win by 2 points or something like that. This is worth 2, so you have to win majority, and you have to, the tile has to be at least, the path has to be at least 2 tiles long. But anyways, I feel like I'm doing a how to play here. Normally we just do brief overviews, but this game's pretty quick and easy, so there's no real brief overview without just saying all the rules. But that's it. Like, once you do that, that's the scores. This goes away. And then there are like placement rules. Like, and the main one is you cannot rotate the tile. Like, the orientation it's in when it flops out, that's the orientation on which you are bidding, right? I'm bidding on an up, down, straight, not on a straight that I can turn however I want. Which is a kind of interesting choice that the tiles all say Umbra on them. So they have like a right side up, Now, granted, you can mix it all around or whatever, and it's a very minor, like, metagame type thing. And also, when you flip it, you don't have... You could, pick up the tile and flip it over this way, or you could pick up the tile and flip it over this way. But it's a thing, like, when you play the game a lot, you could kind of know, okay, well, if the tiles are face up, then I know probability-wise, if a straight comes out, it's going to be an up-down straight, not a left-right straight, that type of thing. I think... Yeah, I'm pretty certain they're all, like, all the turns are printed the same way or whatever. It just seems like an odd choice. Again, I know this is a very minor nitpicky complaint, but shouldn't the back of these have been something that doesn't have an upright position? You know what I mean? Now that and the color choices of the two different flowers just being lighter shades, there are a couple things like that those are like my main complaints are actually just component-wise. Like the components aren't bad. These are fine tiles. These bags are good, the wooden pieces. But like some of the color choices and the design, like the fact that these tiles are all black and white, like I guess that makes sense because you want to be able to see the colors. You want those to really pop. But it does look kind of drab, and the colors do pop, but almost like in an out-of-place sort of way. I do think the graphic design and colors and all that kind of stuff are... okay. They're not bad per se. Maybe for people who are partially colorblind, they might be actually bad. But they're just, I don't know. Oh, the only other thing that I forgot to mention in the rules is whatever, when bidding on these tokens, after like resolving all that, whichever tile was bid on the most actually gets placed last. And whichever tile was bid on the least gets placed first. And I do like that. I like that we bid twice. And I like that whatever tile somebody really, really wants to go out there isn't going to go first, so it becomes a lot of really interesting dicey choices there, right? Now, those are the cool aspects. I don't really care about the special tiles, and I don't really care about the non-orienting, and I don't really care about the fact that the last one has to be won by 2 or whatever. Maybe that's good for balance, but, And I think this game is pretty good. Had a good time with it. I definitely enjoy it. It has a 2-player variant that I will probably not play. I've said this a bunch. This game is 2 to 4 players. Anytime a game is 2 to 4, 2 to 5, or 2 to 6, I'm always like, that 2-player is going to be different. And here it is. It's a variant. Obviously, when you're bidding, and I haven't even read it. I just doubt it's something I'm going to do. The 2 players is always different, usually not as good. Very rare cases. I think the game Yamatai was like the only time when I played a 2-player variant, and I was like, okay, I actually like this maybe better than the regular version. So I guess there's that caveat that maybe the 2-player is actually better, but I just doubt it. I just with the the interactions at the table, you don't want to be dueling. 2 players is always a duel, and multiplayers is multiplayers. You have multiple foes you're trying to fend off, and building alliances, and we're going to take this guy down, that type of thing, and you really want that. But I said this game is good. It's not great. Now I am a little bit biased in that a medium, this is medium to light type of game isn't really my jam. I tend to like, bigger, heavier, more complex games. Like they had, I think Dinosaur Island and Godspeed were both much better games. This one is, but it's fine if you're into that type of thing. It plays pretty quick. The rules are really easy to teach. It's they're accessible. You can play it with a lot of other players. Like you can teach it to a lot of people, a lot of newer gamers and stuff. People will get it. So that's fine. I liked it. Was good. Would play it again. Not jumping at the chance to, but anyways, if any of what I was talking about in this video sounds interesting to you, I am going to put a purchase link to Umbra in the description box down below. Also down there, you will see a link for Game Toppers. That's this awesome tabletop thing I'm filming on here. This goes right on top of your table, which means it's portable, it's cost effective, it's awesome. Also, you know what else is awesome? Speaking of awesome, subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.
His mic has been flipping him over all which way. It's just whatever way it comes out.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be up that way.
Ready?
Yep.
I read you.
How?
Yep.
I still have more than you though.
Yeah, I know, but
because I have a light yellow.